And welcome back to Doki Doki Panic, everybody. My name is Warlock Gamer Kadash, and funny story. I kind of lost a bit of the game, and by lost I mean like one of my episodes didn't record at all, so I had to go back and redo a lot of the choices, like I did before during the first poem. I picked just a lot of random stuff. I wasn't even looking at it, but somehow I ended up impressing Yuri even more. So the book reading scene happened early, and now this is happening. She apparently is making an excuse to make some tea with me. So I guess I'm just impressing her even more. So here we go. We're at a totally different spot than before. This is before the poem reading for the second time. So here we go. Once in the hallway, she suddenly puts her forehead against the wall. I spoke without thinking. How could I say something like that? Yuri, something about the way she said that. It made me feel so irritated. She said something about like making tea being a one-person job, and here we are. And I think she called her out on it because she wants me to help her make the tea. What's wrong with me? No, Yuri, I think you did the right thing. I wasn't expecting it, but it's also not right for Monica to judge people like that. Hold on a second, let me look at the history. I should have actually read the history. Two of you off too, suddenly realize the weird situation sounds. Just filling the water pitcher. Sorry, a bit curious. One person job. Okay. Okay. We're going back. It's also not off. Okay. Marky Moo, how come even when I do something bad, you're always being so nice to me? Because nothing that you do is as bad as you make it seem in your head. Nobody's perfect. We have emotions and we can't always hide them. But you always amplify things in your head. Your mind turns a light rain shower into a hurricane. No. Wouldn't you hate me for something as terrible as that? Why would I hate you? I can't hate someone for having emotions. That kind of friend, what kind of friend would do that? Friend, you say? Yuri lifts her head. Marky Moo, I really like being friends with you. Aha! I knew it. Friends, huh? Thanks, Yuri. I like being friends with you too. I feel kind of awkward saying something like that, but I'm doing my best to help Yuri feel better. Anyway, yeah, shall we go? Yeah. Yuri and I walk to the nearest water fountain. Once we fill up the water pitcher, we return to the classroom. Marky Moo, do you like oolong tea? Yeah, anything is fine. Very well. Yuri sets the temperature on the kettle to 200 degrees. Now it's time to get the teapot. You really do this properly, don't you? Of course. I shouldn't do any less when I'm making tea for others. Even if I'm not an expert on tea or anything? In that case, you'll only be even more impressed. Perhaps I will. Yuri fetches the teapot and begins measuring the tea leaves. To my surprise, she even starts humming a little to herself. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided that I would try expressing myself a little bit more. It turns out it's not very hard for me to do. When it's you who's around anyway. That's great, Yuri. Don't push yourself too much. You're always worrying about me, Marky Moo. It's very endearing. That's you. Yuri wasn't kidding. I don't even know if I can keep up with this. I watched Yuri pour a cup of tea for each of us. Marky Moo, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read with my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. Sorry, I didn't realize. No worries. I just have back pain fairly regularly, so I do my best to manage it. Is that so? I wonder why that is. Probably has nothing to do with your big chest. Yeah. It's most likely because my your posture, right? Totally. Always hunched over like that while reading?
Yes. I have terrible reading posture, so that's why we should sit on the floor.
Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieved the book from my book bag. I have some chocolate as well. It's a bag of small chocolate candies that I kept hidden from Sayori's candy radar. I take it since it'll go well with the tea. Yuri and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our sides. As if in sync, we assume the same reading position as last time, each one holding half the book, except this time, our bodies are even closer to each other.
Wow, 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 wow. I've been feeling fine. I can't see too well.
Yuri slides closer until our shoulders are touching. How am I supposed to focus on reading like this? Yuri was always kinda cute, but when she's being less apprehensive, it's almost more than I can handle.
Your teacup.
Yuri hands me my teacup, holding it with my hand. It's not like holding the book. I end up in a position that makes it even harder to focus, because now I need to worry about making sure I don't accidentally touch her chest. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression, and I can only presume the world around her has faded away. I use all my willpower to focus on reading. After a few minutes, I managed to relax a little. I put the teacup between my legs and fumbled with the chocolate wrapper. Sorry. I briefly let go of the book and finish opening the wrapper. You can have as much as you want.
That's okay. I won't take any.
Are you sure?
Well, if I touch it, then I might get smudges on the pages.
You're right. I didn't even think about that. My bad.
No need to apologize. I'll hold the book, okay?
Are you sure?
Of course.
That's a cute look. Oh, what the hell? Okay, that's like dust in the sunlight, or dust on her aura. Yuri opens the book with both hands. She holds it so that I don't have any harder time of reading it. But as a result, her left arm is practically resting on top of my leg. Hold on a second. Okay, I see now. For some reason, I thought they were like flat on the floor. Well, in that case, Yuri is already totally focused on reading again. I take a chocolate candy and pop it into my mouth, and then I take another chocolate, and then another, and then another. I keep eating the chocolate, and over again. Now I have diabetes, and I hold it up to Yuri. She doesn't even look away from the book. She simply parts her lips as if the situation was completely natural. But that means I can't stop here. I apprehensively place the chocolate in her mouth. I like that. Just like that, Yuri closes her lips over it. Yuri's expression suddenly breaks.
Did I just...
Yuri looks at me like she needs to confirm what just happened. What?
Marky Moo.
Sorry, I guess I shouldn't have done that.
Well, you were just helping. That's something that friends do, right?
I mean, not really in this kind of context, but yeah, that's all it was.
Yeah, then you don't need to stop or anything.
I see. The situation's gotten really tense. She tries to return to the book. The sexual tension between us is building. I can hardly stand it. I can't wait to put the next piece of chocolate in her mouth, but I can tell she's not focused. My heart is pounding. I nervously take another chocolate between my fingers, but this time, Yuri's eyes meet time, whatever. How did it even come to this? Yuri doesn't avert her gaze. I notice her chest rising and falling to the rhythm of her breaths. I raise my arm. Like before, Yuri parts her lips. But it's different this time. I take the chocolate and place it in her mouth. Hold on. Hello? Hi. I feel her hot breath on my fingers.
Okay, everyone.
Wait, okay, everyone. What?
Ah!
Yuri jolts back.
It's time to share.
It's time to share poems. Markimo, can you help Yuri put the tea stuff away? Right? Oh, whatever. Yeah, of course. Okay, thanks. Spell is abruptly broken.
Oh, I'll take care of the cups.
Yeah. Yuri picks up the teacups from the floor. I pick up the bag of chocolates. In the end, we hastily clean up without so much as a word between us. I get the feeling this is something neither of us will have the courage to bring up. Alright. You know what? I'm ending the episode here today. I've done a lot of odd voices. I'm getting tired. We'll see if we'll just end things here, and maybe I'll continue this series, maybe I won't. We'll see what happens. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.